Hey guys, I just purchased a 2006 Dodge Ram 2500 with the Cummins. It's not exempt from being plagued with the intermittent radio and blower fan operation. Got my new switch here. Price matched at AutoZone was $32.99. So here's the switch. It sits behind this panel, about like that. But there's going to be 4 screws that we have to take out. T20, the Torx. There's one right here. There's one right up in there. And then one here and one here. I'll take those out real quick. Alright, got the 4 screws out. Now, in this beast, this top piece should come off. There's a little grommet there for the shifter. That should come loose without a problem. And then this bottom. Should be using my GoPro, not this cell phone. Alright. Yank it out without breaking anything. Alright, there's our switch right here. So we gotta get that out. Unplug it. Push on the... Sorry, it's very shaky. Push on the back. There we go. That's unplugged. Haven't done this before, so I gotta figure out how to get those other screws out. Check back in a minute. Alright, now we need to remove this tilt bracket. To do that, I'm going to undo this plug and this plug. Of course, the buttons are on the back just to be a little more inconvenient. And then there's a screw right here and one more right back here that we're going to take out to get that bracket out of our way. Alright, now that's dropped out of the way. And I can see the 2 screws, one right here and one right here, that I need to take out to get the ignition out. Alright, got the screws out. Still won't come out because there is a little clip right there that I'm going to have to remove. I got my little scribe, and sorry, that was pointed at something else. Just pull it out. There we go. There's the old one. Out with the old, in with the new. Okay, new switch is installed. It didn't line up exactly with the ignition switch. As you can see, it's got a flat spot on it in there. And to make it line up, I just put the key in, obviously, and rotated it until it lined up, and it slid right back in there. So now it's held in with the clip, and I gotta put the 2 screws in. Alright, 2 screws back in the switch. It's nice and tight in place. Just a little hand torque is all I use. Now I gotta put 2 screws back in, which would be this one here and this one over here. Also on my bracket, the longer of the 2 screws went towards the front of the vehicle. Alright, the bracket is nice and tight back in place. I'm gonna put the 3 plugs, the yellow one, the white one, and not gonna be able to see, but put that one there back into the ignition switch. And we have power. Cool. Alright, now I gotta put the upper and lower halves of the steering column cover on. Just I just put it on in reverse order of taking it off. So I'm going to put the bottom one on first, and then the top. Top one, of course, has the hole for the flasher. Alright, the column halves can be a little bit of a bear, especially with the boot here around the shifter. Just make sure it's on the outside when you put it in there, when you put the two halves together, because yeah, it's probably not going to fit or tighten up very well if you don't. Now I'm going to go to the bottom and put in the 3 screws and the screw for the tilt lever. Alright, got the screws in the bottom. And this grommet, sorry for the poor lighting, scoots right back into place. It's not very tight or secure in there, but it keeps the dust out, some of it. Alright, good to go. Everything's nice and tight, and we have power, so that's a good thing. Good to go.